Contrary to popular belief, if you log off of social media and lock in with you and your goals, you can accomplish a lot more in 90 days than you think. But the problem is you are glued to that phone and you are doom scrolling, which is likely your biggest distraction and your biggest hater, which is why in this video, I'm going to highlight 6 boring but necessary lifestyle changes that have made me richer, healthier, and happier, y'all. Last year, I prioritized these for myself and I saved $10,000. I grew my investment portfolio to over $250,000. I lost 15 pounds and I took the trip of my dreams to Senegal, West Africa, in business class, y'all. That's where you lay down on a plane. But in the midst of all of this, I learned that there is one crucial mistake that most women make and it keeps them stuck, and that is FOMO, fear of missing out. But instead of you leaning into that fear, I'm going to tell you what to do instead so that you can stay on track for your goals. So before we get into it, hey girl, hey, my name is Joshlyn and I'm a certified financial educator that teaches women how to invest in the stock market without fear and grow their money with confidence, y'all. So let's go over the 6 habits that you need to be implementing today. We're going to start with money because a soft life does not equal a broke life around here. We don't do that, okay? So the first thing you need to do, the first habit you need to do is track your money. I track every single dollar. I track every single purchase, every single withdrawal, every single deposit, every single thing, because we spend a lot more money than we think, y'all, especially for my fellow credit card, debit card swipers, which is most of us. You have no idea of how much money you are spending if you are not tracking it, y'all. And the only way to change your relationship with your money is to face it hands-on. For me, I used to be afraid to look at my bank statements. I used to be afraid to look at what was in my account because I knew I was just making bad decisions. I was just spending for the moment. I was leaning into FOMO, and all that did was leave me with $80,000 in debt. All that did was force me to have a roommate well into my 30s, baby. And all that did was show me that I spent 10 plus years of working and I had nothing to show for it. And that's not what I want for you, okay? So what I want you to do instead is start tracking your money, y'all. And I want you to do that in 2 ways. Number 1, I want you to set up auto alerts for every single bank account that you have, y'all. I want you to set it up for transactions, for withdrawals, for deposits, for any kind of account activity. Set it up so that you get an alert every single time. That can come to your phone via text message or it can come to your email. I have a whole email folder of every single thing that is happening in my account. And it's also good for fraud, catching fraud, just in case somebody's trying to scam and scheme you. Set up them auto alerts. Every bank has them. It's free to do. It's not even going to cost you. And the second thing I want you to do is start tracking your money with the spending plan template, y'all. I call this a money day. Every single month, I set aside 60 minutes. I light my little candle, pour me a little water or wine or whatever I'm feeling in the moment. I put on some lo-fi and I just sit there and comb through all of the expenses that I had for that month. And I update them automatically on my spending plan. I have a whole free spending plan template. Comment below if you like it. It's changed the game for me because I used to be the girl ignoring my money. And that's how I ended up in all these money woes, okay? And I don't want that for you. I want you to change your relationship with your money, but you have to be willing to face it and rip the Band-Aid off. As I tell my clients, just rip the Band-Aid off. I guarantee you aren't in the worst situation. There's somebody doing worse than you, and I've been through the worst, so you don't have to be fearful of sharing your worst with me, okay? So those are your 2 money moves to make as it relates to tracking your money. The second big lifestyle hack that has changed my life and changed my money and made me richer, baby, is investing in the stock market, y'all. You can have all the money in the checking account. You can have all the money in your savings account, especially if it's a regular traditional savings. Baby, don't do that. But nothing beats investing your money. For so long, my money would be gone by the time it hit my account, y'all. That paycheck was accounted for. I had pre-existing debt. I had bills. I had brunches I need to pay off. I had too many treat yourself moments in my life that I felt like I deserved. And it's like, girl, you didn't deserve to say yes every single time. And the thing that shifted my mindset when it came to money was first and foremost not being able to afford a home. I was working, again, 10 plus years. I was getting close to turning 30, and I was like, okay, the next best thing to do is buy a home. Girl, I got pre-approved for a home for $210,000, and I was living in the DC, Maryland area at that time. And if you know anything about the DMV, DC, Maryland, and Virginia, you can't get too much of nothing for $200,000. So like, I was like, okay, girl, your 20s were a blur. You just what were you doing? You were doing nothing. You have nothing to show for 10 plus years of working. And so what I had to do was get serious about my money. I paid off $80,000 in debt. I paid off my car. I started saving. And the ideal next step was to start investing, because saving does not grow your money. Y'all know I'm a huge fan of high yield savings accounts, high yield CDs, but the real growth comes from investing in the stock market, investing in real estate. But I love the stock market because it's passive, it's hands off, and I don't want to work for my money. I want my money to be growing for me while I'm sleeping, while I'm at brunch, while I'm with my family, with my friends. I need my money to be growing, baby. And the only way that it can grow and keep up with the rate of inflation, which is the cost of our goods and services increasing year after year, you probably have recognized it. That milk that you used to buy for $2 is now $3, okay? That's what inflation is. And if you do not invest your money, you will be working to keep up with inflation for the rest of your life. And again, if you're anything like me, you don't even want to work, okay? You don't even want to work, but you have to, because we got bills and we're adults. So what I want you to do is move out of surviving into thriving. If you are one of the girlies who got $30,000, $40,000 in your checking account, or if you are the girl who keeps all of her money in your checking account, I really need you to put that money to work, y'all. Put it in the stock market, okay? And don't do it from a risk and gambling perspective, baby. But do it from this job is not secure. I can lose it at any time. I don't know if y'all have been paying attention to what's going on in this economy between these government shutdowns, layoffs. I have personally been laid off 2 times. I'm in the middle of my second layoff right now. I don't play with my money, and I don't play with my money not growing. I don't believe in placing my money in places where it's not going to grow, which is why I stopped over-consuming a lot as well. I spend according to my values, y'all. And as someone who's been laid off twice, as someone who has struggled to purchase her first home, I've since done it, obviously. But like, I need you to get serious about putting your money to work. Saving in high yield savings accounts, high yield CDs, not these regular schmegular Bank of America accounts, no shade. And I need you to invest, y'all. You can have ownership into Google, Apple, Microsoft, Meta, Netflix, Tesla for one purchase price, y'all. It's called an ETF, which stands for Exchange Traded Funds, or it's called an index fund. You buy all of the, once you buy one of those, you get visibility into all of those companies that I mentioned, y'all. And as you see, those companies are increasing in growth, increasing in price. All the Apple phones we have, all these Androids we have, you get partial ownership into those companies, y'all. As they grow, you grow, okay? It's called dividends. I'm so serious, y'all. And if you want a simple play, one ETF or one index fund, VOO, VGT, VTI. VOO tracks the S&P 500. That's the top 500 companies here in the U.S. VTI tracks the U.S. stock market period. So that's large companies like the Microsofts, mid companies like a JetBlue, and even smaller companies like a Etsy. It tracks all of those companies for one purchase price. That's VTI. VGT tracks all of the top tech companies here in the US, y'all. You get ownership, partial ownership, okay, into all of those companies when you buy one of those ETFs. They also have index funds, of course. VTSAX is comparative to a VTI. What's another one? VOO, obviously I just mentioned that. That's the S&P 500. Like, the goal is to buy something that makes sense. The goal is to buy something that's diversified. You see all those companies I just named. It's better to go that route than to try to buy Apple, Microsoft, Google individually, because then you're going to be forced to try to keep up with what they're doing, and you're going to feel it when something goes wrong in one of those companies. And we know those companies stay in the news, baby. So I want you to focus on buying one ETF or one index fund, $100, okay? Do an ETF, $100 in one ETF, ideally like a VOO or a VTI, and I want you to invest in a tax advantage account, which is like our IRAs, which stands for individual retirement account. There's 2 types. There's a Roth IRA and there's a traditional IRA, okay? The Roth IRA is for people who make less than $150,000 annually. The traditional IRA is for the people who make more than that, y'all. One IRA, $100, one ETF. That is the play, y'all. And if you were like, okay, this is good, Josh, you giving the gems, but I'm still afraid to invest. And I get it, because that was me. I spent so many years not investing because I didn't know what I didn't know. I was scared to lose money. I was afraid that I was going to lose my money. I was afraid. I didn't know what to invest in, which is why I am doing InvestHER Live, which is where I will show you, I will walk you through the process of investing your first $100, y'all. This is a live workshop. We're going to be on a Zoom. Keep keying. It's a small group, okay? And all you need is $100. You do not give that $100 to me. To be clear, I do not invest on your behalf. I'm a financial educator. You invest on your own, but I walk you through my research process. You can ask questions in real time. And by the end, you will have invested your first $100, y'all, in the same path that I mentioned. One ETF, $100, one IRA, which is usually a Roth IRA for most of my clients. That's the play. If you want to do it with me as I hold your hand, ask the questions, see my research process, determine what makes a good ETF, join InvestHER Live, y'all. It's on Saturday, January 31st, okay? It's linked in the description. I'm so excited to help you get your wins, y'all. To be clear, this is a paid workshop. It is not free. My content is free. My workshops are not free. But I guarantee you're going to get so much more. You're going to get so much more than just $100. I have a community that I've built, okay? I have a tracking sheet so you can see your investments increase in value over time, because when you see that, you're going to keep doing it, okay? So that's linked in the description. Please get started, y'all. It's 2026. We're not leaving. I want to start investing on our vision boards anymore. We're doing it, okay? And I'm here to support you as a certified financial educator. So those are the money habits, those 2 money habits: tracking my spending and investing, y'all. Again, I built a portfolio worth $250,000, y'all. And this is from my 9-to-5, no business income. So if I can do it, you can do it too. And there's nothing, no better feeling than seeing your money grow without you having to work for it. We work for it enough with our businesses, with our 9-to-5s, to know that your money is growing while you live your life is the best feeling ever. And I want all my homegirls to feel it, okay? So that's the money moves I want you to make, those lifestyle habits. Let's move on to health, because we need you around to be able to enjoy this money that you're making, okay? So the first habit that is boring yet necessary is meal prepping. Now, I know that people hate meal prepping. Some people are like, I don't want to eat the same thing over and over. I don't want to eat something that I made on Sunday, on Thursday. Too bad, okay? Find what works for you, y'all. As someone who's on a natural healing journey to shrink my fibroids, I have been constantly experimenting with new anti-inflammatory recipes, which essentially means that what I eat, what I consume won't inflame my body. And that's super important, because inflammation is a direct connection to fibroids. Lack of vitamin D is a direct connection to fibroids. High cortisol levels are a direct connection to fibroids. And what we eat either makes it better or it makes us work. So when I do doom scroll, okay, I'm doom scrolling on TikTok looking at recipes, okay? When I am looking on YouTube, usually it's to learn, which is why I love YouTube. I learned so much on here, and I hope you guys do too. So what I do is I designate one day a week, and it's usually my Sunday, because that's kind of like my get ready for the weekday. I do my morning workouts. I pray. Why am I not talking, girl? I go to church, or I watch church online, and then I meal prep, and then I essentially kind of set out my agenda for the week. So that works for me, because what we eat impacts our energy and impacts our energy levels, which impacts our ability to focus, and it just really all connects. Like, our health truly is our wealth, and I feel like with all the information that's out here online and books, not eating healthy is a personal decision. You know, I know a lot of people are like, oh, I live alone and I don't want to have all that food. Well, just buy according to what you need for the week. I don't overbuy stuff. I buy exactly what I need every single week, which is why making a grocery list, which is what I usually do on Fridays, because I pick up my groceries on Saturday so I can cook on Sunday, will help you, you know. And if you're somebody who tends to overspend when they do grocery shopping, make the list and maybe order it. Like, order the groceries or do curbside pickup. That's something that I do. Is free, depending on, you know, for me, I'm in Houston, we have HEB. I pick up my groceries, it's free, you know, so I ain't gotta go in the store. I don't buy over what I need because I've already made a list. You can add other things, obviously, if you forget something, but for the most part, that has been working for me, because I don't need to be in there hungry buying stuff that I know I don't need, that don't fit my anti-inflammatory plan, okay? So please, y'all, start meal prepping. It's gonna save you. And if you're like, okay, I only want to meal prep for maybe 2 days at a time, try that. Or if I only want to meal prep my lunches, I'll make my dinners, try that. I don't meal prep my dinners. I only meal prep my lunches. I don't meal prep my breakfasts either. Usually I'll have like overnight oats, and that's already kind of prepared. It sits in the fridge overnight. I'll have a yogurt parfait. I'll have egg whites with avocado toast. Like, I'm not making extravagant breakfasts. I'm eating for my energy. I'm eating to heal my body. I'm not eating pancakes and a bunch of sugar in the morning, because all that does is spike your blood, and that's, again, not good for a woman growing in age. Maybe I'm 38. I can't eat like I did at 28. I have fibroids now, so I eat in a way that my body is pleased 80% of the time, because I'm not perfect. I do love my pizza and pastas and cocktails, okay? But meal prepping is what I do, and that's what I eat the majority of the time, meaning 80%, okay? The second hack, lifestyle habit from a health perspective, is getting your blood work done. I cannot emphasize how late I was to the party with knowing what's happening in my blood, getting my labs done, y'all. I, like most black women, most women of color, are vitamin deficient. Now, not anymore, because I got my supplements and I changed my diet. But vitamin D, again, directly connects to fibroids. It directly connects to PCOS. I know a lot of PCOS girlies are out there. Comment below if you struggling with fibroids or you got PCOS or whatever your health condition is, because I can share some resources that I've learned. But it was connected to my fibroids, and I'm like, okay, girl, either you can continue to just eat how you want to eat, or eat according to what people say is healthy, or you can decide to make a better decision. I've even had to change my workouts, because I like to know that I'm working out. You know, some people can just do a nice little walk around the park. No, ma'am. I like HIIT. I like lifting weights. I like doing all the things, but I recognize that was increasing my cortisol levels as well. And it's like, you need to keep your cortisol at a certain level, your iron, your estrogen dominance, there's just so much to it. So getting your blood work done can show you where you're deficient or where you have too much of something, so that you can start to change your lifestyle to fit what it is that you want to accomplish and how you want to heal your body. That's been the biggest goal here. And if you are a fibroid girly, I'm not saying to not go to your OBGYN, but I will say to educate yourself as well, because often what they'll give you is just the option for surgery. Hysterectomies, myomectomies, uterine fibroid embolization. Like mine talk to me about that all the time. But I'm more of a holistic healing kind of girl. And yes, I have a fibroid that is 11 centimeters. But I don't want to opt for this. I don't want that to be my first option. Now, I'm already too late for a UFE, which is the uterine fibroid embolization. But I'm about to change my eating. Like, I've already changed it. I just know that I could be doing better, which is why, it's 2026, new year, new me. I'm on the same hype, okay? I'm not drinking right now. Like, drinking also is inflammatory. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna do that forever, but I'm willing to give it at least 6 months, and then I'm gonna do my blood work in 6 months in June, so I can see where I am before the summer comes, because the summer is my birthday and we do all the things. Everything's a yes for baby girl, okay? So do your blood work. Talk to your OBG about getting your blood work. They can often send you, they can order them for you. And again, educate yourself. If you are a fellow fibroid girly, I love GlamPreezy. She's here on YouTube. I'm sure she's on other platforms, but I told you I spend most of my time on YouTube. She has had 2 myomectomies, which is where they essentially remove the fibroids, and they have come back for her, y'all. And so she was like, okay, I'm not getting no more surgeries. I'm actually going to tackle this holistically. And she's been able to shrink her fibroids, and I've since done a one-on-one with her. And she gave me my little 90-day plan. So we're going to be doing that we already started. Because it's already January. I'm recording this obviously in December. So I love what she's doing. She's very education first. She's essentially me, but talking about health and women's health. Obviously, we talk about money over here, So there's tons of resources, y'all. Do not let surgery be your first and last option. If anything, make it your last. But if you are a type of person who's struggling and you can't work and you can't think, then, maybe you do need to consider surgery. But I'm no holistic health doctor, so do what's best for you. So the last section is happiness, because joy does not need to be earned. You deserve it just for being a woman, okay? So the first thing that I did, the boring but, necessary habit was create a dream board instead of a vision board, you know? And my my dream board is focused solely on the year 2025. Obviously, it's now 2026. I have not done my 2026 one yet, but what I used to do is I used to just have like a bunch of cars and clothes and just random stuff you would pull out of a magazine. It didn't connect to me, you know? It felt pointless. It wasn't targeted. Instead, I focused on the things that I actually wanted to bring into my life that I was willing to work for in 2025. And Senegal was on there. Flying business class for the first time was on there. Getting paid to do what I love, which is obviously teach y'all how to grow y'all money via investing, was on there. And there's a few other things that were on there. I don't have it right in front of me, but it just allowed my year to feel a little more focused. I can't put stuff on there that I want 5-10 years from now because, like, for why? I'm not working on that right now. I know that the things that I do now will get me there, but no, I'm not working on that. So what I want you to do instead of just having this random vision board with a bunch of stuff is I want you to focus on one thing you want to do, you know, and start saving or preparing for that thing. For me this year, I want to go live abroad, okay? I love traveling. I've only lived abroad one time. I went to live in Colombia back in 2023, and I loved it. And I said I wanted to do it every year. Didn't do it in 2024. Didn't do it in 2025. So I said, boom, 2026, we're doing it. And we're doing it for longer because I only was there for a month. I want to do 3 months somewhere this year, y'all. I know what it's going to be. I'm going to tell you a little later. Maybe. You'll likely hear about it. But yeah, I want to go live somewhere for 90 days. I already know where I want to go. I know when I want to go. And I don't know how I'm going to make that work because baby girl is unemployed right now. But God works in mysterious ways, okay? And obviously, like, I have workshops coming. I have my group coaching. So many of my girls that I've worked with in the past have reached out. So now I'm just making it bigger and better so that more people can be a part of it. I'm passionate about teaching women how to take control of their finances and start investing in the stock market with confidence. So I hold your hand. You know, I don't do courses and stuff that's hands off. Like, as you can see, I'm very animated. I'm very passionate about this. And so teaching in the form of workshops and coaching is really like where I shine, and that's where the girls get their wins. Because I don't want you to just be paying me and you ain't getting your wins. I want you to be investing. I want you to have paid off them some debt. I want you to have saved. I want you to have done the things that I set out with you to do. So that's what I'll be focused on for 2026. Again, my first workshop, InvestHER First 100, is officially called InvestHER Live. It's my first workshop of 2026. It's Saturday, January 31st. So for the girlies who've been wanting to invest, that's for you, okay? All I'm asking for is for you to bring your $100, okay? You invested, not me. So it ain't no scamming. You just pay to get to the workshop. After that, all the moves are on you, and I'm just gonna hold your hand as you do it. The second thing I prioritized was skipping out on dining frequently. You know, dining out is really just a default for a lot of the girlies, including me and my homegirls, okay? And if y'all watching this, y'all already know. But instead, we've really tried to lean into opting into activities instead, y'all. And what I mean by that is, like, I did an Eat, Pray, Love in December with some of my girls. I just invited them over. We had food, we had drinks, and I created this game essentially called, like, Giving Her Flowers, where I had different prompts, and we, instead of answering them for ourselves, we answered them on behalf of whoever's name was on the card. And, like, I just really loved it. Like, I'm very cheesy like that. And my friends know this, and they're very cheesy, so it just really works. It was such an emotional, like, you know, let me pour into you. I see you, sis. You did your big one this year. You fought a lot of fights and you still standing. You still looking good kind of event. So I love those kind of things. That's the beauty of being a homeowner. You have the space to do it. It's very cozy, very comfortable in my house. Like, they know, they just come over, hop on the couch and feel comfortable. Like, that's the kind of community and environment I want to have. They know where everything is. They get waters, they get cocktails, they get what they need. Everything is on display. So I love being able to create that kind of environment, but we're also very active. You know, we've done zip lining, we've done ropes courses, we've done music festivals. Like, I just feel like I don't want the default to be dining out, because we're gonna do that regardless. We're gonna eat, especially me. I'm always asking, where's the food? I'm the where's the food girl, okay? It's so funny because one of my friends, shout out to you, Shannon, if you watching, she was like, hey y'all, like, I want to go to this it's like a Christmas in the park kind of event, and I was like, is there gonna be food? And she was like, yes, there'll be food. I forgot. I know that that's important to you. So don't rush to just go have drinks and dinner. Like, that gets old and boring. You're going to do that anyway after the event. Have some fun, like get an adrenaline rush, you know? And I feel like it's a great way to get to know your friends or your lover or yourself a little more. And I'll actually be launching a new series this year. Y'all know I did my Becoming a Millionaire series in 2025. Let me know if I should continue that. Comment below. But this year, I'm doing a series called Rest and Invest, or Invest and Rest. I gotta figure out which one sounds better. Let me know. Invest and Rest, or Rest and Invest. And essentially, it's a monthly series where I'll take you with me as I go on solo dates for less than $100. And then I always have to match that $100 into an investing. Because if you could buy dinner for $100, baby, you can invest for $100. Like, I'm just showing you that, like, life is meant to be lived, but money is meant to be made. And that's where the investing comes into play. So let me know below. Should I call it Invest and Rest, or should I call it Rest and Invest? And again, it's a monthly series of solo day ideas that cost less than $100. So that the goal is ultimately for you to see how you can live your best life and still grow your money at the same time. You don't have to choose. So let me know which one sounds better. Or if you have a better recommendation, like I'm not a name connoisseur. So that is it, y'all. My 6 boring but necessary lifestyle habits that have changed my life, made me richer, healthier, and happier. So comment below and let me know which one of these you plan to prioritize this year. You can give me one from each category, maybe the rich category, the health category, the happiness category, or let me know what you plan to prioritize. Like, what are some of your boring but necessary habits that have changed your life? I'm always looking for new ideas. We're here on YouTube. I love YouTube. This is YouTube University for me, but I hope that this was inspiring for you. And if investing, again, y'all, if you want to invest this year, you've been putting it off year after year, you think you need more money, you're scared to lose money, you don't know where to start, join InvestHER Live, y'all. You will invest your first $100 with me. $100, one ETF, one account, which is a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA. I'm making it super simple, and I'm gonna walk you through it very 5th grade style, okay? Because I know it can look very complicated. I'm here to simplify it for you. I made all the mistakes, so you don't have to, okay? So we're gonna start you off right. We're gonna start this year off right, and you're gonna walk away as an investor, somebody who has invested their first $100 and have a plan to invest consistently for the rest of this year. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. I want to ensure that this video and more of my content gets to more people, y'all. So every comment, every share, every like, especially every comment, y'all. Comments are a good signal to YouTube that this is good content. So even if it's thank you for this video, you know, I appreciate every single comment, okay? So thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys on the next video. If you have any ideas, any questions below on anything that I've covered, leave them. I'm an open book, and I will prioritize it for any future videos if it's something that I see a lot of. So see you on the next one. Peace.